Apex Legends' latest lore video, Northstar, confirms that the next legend to grace us is Kairi Imahara, otherwise known as Valkyrie. Respawn promised that we would see a huge callback to Titanfall, but we didn't realize how big of a connection this was. Here's a full breakdown on what Valkyrie's past means, how it connects to Titanfall, and what she might be bringing to the next season. In the cinematic, we're shown Valk visiting a broken planet where she finds a pilot's helmet. It's then revealed that Valk's father was none other than the infamous pilot Viper. Viper was one of the few elite pilots that joined Blisk's mercenary faction, the Apex Predators, back when the Frontier War was in full motion. In Titanfall 2's campaign, Viper ruled the skies and no one escaped his eyes.
Visual clear. I've got good tone.
Except for pilot Jack Cooper and BT. But let's go back to the Northstar video for now. In this cinematic, we're given a first look at Viper's face and private life. He had a lovely home and family and lived in a seemingly peaceful location filled with lush green grass and beautiful skies. Until we see Valk steal her father's Titan and take to the skies that are filled with an active skirmish. Seeing that Valk crashes Viper's Titan, that wasn't actually the big fight we witnessed in Titanfall 2. Yet. Viper seems to repair his Titan, then go off with Blisk, which is then the fight we see with Jack Cooper and BT. In Titanfall 2, Viper was one of the more difficult boss fights in the campaign, but Jack and BT managed to shake him off to continue their mission of securing the Ark. The Ark was an ancient piece of alien technology that could power a fold weapon that could destroy entire planets. The Apex Predators' mission was to deliver the Ark to the IMC, otherwise known as Hammond Engineering, to activate the fold weapon and destroy the planet Harmony, which is the home planet of the militia, aka the civilian militia group that banded together to fight back against the IMC, exploiting their planet's resources. So when BT and Jack threw Viper off of them, they went to try and steal the Ark back. However, Viper returned and, with his last efforts, ripped BT's arm from his chassis to try and slow the two from approaching the Ark. In the struggle, Viper's hatch is torn off and his body is exposed, giving Jack an opportunity to make the killing blow. After playing through the scene again today to get footage for the boss fight, I realized something looked vaguely familiar in the Northstar cinematic. The bright blue sky, the saturated green grass, the skirmish in the air. Did Valk and her family live on Typhon? I took a closer look at the boss fight between Viper and Jack, and the landscape looks similar to the one we saw in the cinematic. The airships flying overhead would make a lot of sense since the fold weapon was actually located on Typhon, so the IMC were actively trying to get more resources and protection to the site. We were shown a clip of Valk and her mother leaving their home, so maybe they were safe from the planet's destruction when the Ark weapon imploded. And in the beginning and end of the cinematic, we see Valk visiting the ruins of a planet and finding her father's helmet. There was also something else in the scene that further confirms my theory on Valk's home planet. Above Valk's head, where she's visiting the ruins of Typhon, you can see a shattered planet. If she's where Typhon used to be, then that planet above Valk would be Typhon's moon, Orthros. The IMC had tested a replica of the fold weapon Orthros, successfully destroying the moon and confirming the abilities of the weapon. In the cinematic, after Blisk narrowly avoids becoming a revenge kill for Valk, we see her and Rampart working together to restore her father's Northstar Titan. If you were watching the pre-show reveal to the cinematic, you could actually hear Rampart muttering about how the Titan was beyond repair.
She said damaged, not completely bloody wrecked.
But in the end of the video, we see that Viper's Titan has been salvaged to create Valk's presumed kit she enters the Apex games with. Also, if you remember in previous art Respawn published for Rampart, in the background of her shop you could see Viper's Titan chassis in the corner, which could mean that Rampart and Valk seem to have known each other for quite a while, and this has been an ongoing project for some time. Valkyrie seems to be bringing her father's legacy into the games with her title art on the official Apex site showing her piloting her altered suit and firing missiles like the Northstar Titans could. With this new teaser, Valk's leaked abilities seem to be closer and closer to the real thing. A guess in her abilities from data mined information from that one mining guy are that her passive will let her hold jump to hover in the air, which was actually a skill you could equip on your loadout in Titanfall 2's multiplayer, her tactical being cluster missiles, which fires a rocket that explodes more than once, and her ultimate allowing her and her teammates to launch into the air and redeploy. We may have seen a teaser of her hover ability in a Twitter video that Apex released celebrating their 100 million player achievement. One last note, if you look at the official Apex site for information on Season Legacy, you can see behind Valkyrie a Titan arm sticking out from the ground. That arm's coloring looks very similar to BT's arm that Viper had torn off. Maybe Valk collected the arm from the debris she found her father in as a trophy? Seems kinda fitting. Anyways, as much fun it is to speculate on Valk's abilities, we're not sure of anything quite yet other than what Respawn has released about the next season, which surprisingly is not numbered anymore. Instead, the next season is titled Legacy and introduces a new Olympus that's turned even more abandoned, featuring the once glamorous city now overrun by nature and a new weapon, the Bocek bow. How How excited were you to see Viper return in the cinematic? Did you catch some lore bits we missed? Let me know in the comments below, and for more on Season Legacy and Apex, keep it here at IGN.